Hi everyone, welcome to a craft with me video. This video will show you guys my process of making a miniature piano with some flowers in it because it's springtime and I thought it'd be really appropriate to make this figurine. So as you can see, I am just cutting out the rough outline of the grand piano using a flat sheet of black polymer clay, and I'm just smoothing it out with my fingers. So I have never made a miniature grand piano before, so this is actually my very first time making it. So that was pretty exciting. And right now I am making a rectangle. And I'm not really sure what the parts of the piano is called specifically, so yeah, I'm just using Google images as reference to what I'm making. And then using a flat rectangular piece of black clay again, I'm just wrapping it around the grand piano. And the space created inside will be where the flowers will be placed. Then once again, I'm just adding pieces and details that I saw through images. I'm not sure what they're called, but I wanted this to be as detailed and as accurate as possible. Now I am moving on to the legs of the grand piano. I'm just cutting them out at an angle, so it will be tapered towards the bottom. And in these videos, my shots aren't perfect because this is a process, and sometimes I even forgot that I was recording. But yeah, and also excuse my strands of hair that will be in some shots. I get too into my work, so I really put my head as close as possible to my work. But as you can see, I'm just adding some more details onto the legs. I had to make sure that the lengths are the same, or else my grand piano will be crooked. So then I am tracing around another thin piece of clay to make the lid of the piano. So this will be slanted slightly in the end product. But as you can see right now, I am making the pedals, and the piece that's right next to it is a stand for where you can put your music sheet on. And that's another flat piece of clay. I'm just making the 3 pedals and attaching it onto the rectangle. And I'm just going to bake these for 30 minutes. Then once all baked, I am now making the keyboard pieces. So using Fimo Deco Gel to adhere the keyboard to the already baked piece. And using my X-Acto knife to add the details. I'm also adding details at the front of it because we don't want to forget those. And then we're just attaching the black keys. So I figured that mine weren't very even, so I just had to even it out as best as I could. It wouldn't be perfect, but just as best as I could. And then I realized there were some details as well inside it, so I just added those. And right now I am cutting the legs for the pedals. And I realized that these were too thick enough, so I just divided them into two. So these are all the baked pieces. As you can see, I have painted the pedals gold as well, and I also have a black wire. And now I'm just assembling everything using super glue. So first off, I am attaching the legs. Then on my third one, I realized it was a bit off center, so I had to take off the third leg again, as you can see, and had to reattach it. Now for the lid, I'm also attaching it, but I'm attaching it at an angle. And I had to hold it for a few seconds. And ta-da! And just attaching the wire. I also attached the pedals, and this is what it looks like. So next, I'm just glazing it to make it look like that shiny piano vibe. And right now you can see I'm assembling the flowers. So the flowers I've made previously last night, and they're made out of cold porcelain. I usually love making flowers out of cold porcelain because they dry, they're air dry clay, and with polymer clay, when I make flowers, it sometimes gets deformed when I'm touching it or something. So it's a bit more tough using polymer clay when making flowers. Therefore, I find it so much easier using air dry clay. But yeah, so I am using super glue as well to attach it. You can see me here trying to adhere it with white glue, and that didn't work, so I switched on to super glue. And since this is the very first figurine that I make, there's so many experimentations that I have. As you can see, some of them I failed at, but that's what the process is about. It's about experiencing and learning and then just improving. So it was a bit difficult for me putting the flowers with the lid on. I think if I were to do it again, I might just attach the lid later on, but as you can see, this is what it looks like so far, and I may just attach some more flowers. What I love about flower arranging is that I can just freely put anything where I want. Like if I want to add more flowers, I could, and it's just a whole fun aspect of working with flowers, and I really love that. Although it's sort of tough as well to try and hold the flowers. I even had to use tweezers, but they fall off sometimes, so I had to use my needle tool. So as you can see, it is pretty challenging to try and put it in with the lid on. But this is the end result, and I'm really happy with how it came out. I might even make more of them with different color palettes. But thank you guys so much for watching this process video. I hope you guys liked this, and see you guys later. Bye!